it crazy that bestiality is legal in some states?
It's legal.
It's legal in some states.
I thought it was just people did it.
No, it's actually legal.
That is disgusting.
Isn't that fucking insane?
I hate that so much. I'm angry.
Why is that even? I bet it's red states.
Why do you have to whisper it? It is red states.
I don't know.
There's no blue states. That's for.
I saw something today that said, did you know that ChatGPT, the CEO, he came out with a statement saying that basically like anything you ChatGPT, if needed, could be used against you in a court of law.
I believe that. It's the same as a Google search, like your phone being used.
And I was like, I'm sure there's idiots out here going, how do I kill my husband on ChatGPT without getting away with it?
There are times. Hi, welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. You're welcome because Joy is here today.
Woo!
Okay, we're obviously talking about things. So I have thought about Googling things just out of pure curiosity, but then I don't because I was like, what if somehow an accident happened and they're like, this is your recent Google search? Mm-hmm. Like, because yes, sometimes I am not a bad person. I think I'm decent. I think I'm a decent human being, all right? I'm not planning on, ending anybody.
Totally.
But sometimes I'm like, how do you dissolve a body?
That reminds me, yeah. That reminds me of a time when somebody told me that if you drop like 6 drops of Vaseline or whatever,
eye drops, eye drops.
And somebody's like they drink it, basically it'll kill them like fast, and it's untraceable. And I wanted to Google that to see if it was true, but I was too scared to Google it.
And I also am like, how do you find the dark web?
Yes, so I've thought about asking Google, be like, bring me the dark web.
I'm like, I'm just a curious little cat.
People buy crazy things off of there.
I know. I don't want to purchase anything. I'm just curious and I want to see it.
No.
I just want to
be
aware
things on there.
of the things that exist in the world. Knowledge is power, right?
Not on the dark web. I think that's a type of knowledge that people don't need to have. That's like
ignorance is bliss.
That's like a sick knowledge. That's like there's sick things happening on there.
Yes, there are. But I just want to know, like, how do people figure that out? How do people figure out how to get there? But there's so many things. I'm like, I would love to Google certain things, but I would never want an accidental thing to happen and then them look at my Google search and be like, clearly this was you. And I'd be like, no, I was just genuinely curious and this is a terrible coincidence.
Literally, I think us watching crime shows has really gotten to us because I'm the same way where I will think about a crime or like committing a crime or something. But then I'll think about like, no, because all the stoplights and where would I park the car so that like they wouldn't have me on camera getting into the car. And, but then they could trace me back and watch me on all the streetlights that led me up to that one place without the cameras. Like I think about all this stuff. But then it's so funny because you watch these shows, and the few friends that I used to have back in the day that were in some sort of police force or something, we used to watch those shows and they would go, yeah, okay, like if like as if all the answers are always there for you, or as if so like
it's very peculiar that a woman gets essayed and they're like,
there's no evidence.
Can't figure it out. Whoopsie doopsie. And then a CEO gets killed and everyone apparently has all of the answers.
But in other countries, other places, I've seen video like footage of the fact that they're very big about video footage on all of their like public streets. Like I don't know if it was like Europe or Paris or
I don't know
where it was. I heard it was. I watched a whole thing on it. I can't remember where it was, but it was a huge thing that the like government put out basically, and it's like cameras that are just like everywhere. So when people get into bar fights or anything like that, they're like, yep, we know who you are. We have you in the system. Like I can't remember where it was though. I feel like it was somewhere like that. And honestly, I remember thinking to myself like, that's kind of scary. But at the same time, I thought like, if you don't have anything to hide though, you don't have anything to hide.
Yeah. I agree. I'm like, if I'm out in public, I assume I'm being watched.
Yeah.
In my own home, that's where you're supposed to have privacy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I'm on the street.
Do you think if our government came out today saying that like basically from the second you walk out your front door, you will be surveillance like by a satellite or by whatever, do you think that would bother you?
It would bother me that it wouldn't be used for good.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust our government or our police forces at the moment. And so if like an incident happened where a cop did something bad, shocker, that suddenly the cameras wouldn't work anymore.
Right.
No, they were down.
Right.
But if, someone accidentally did something, they're like, well, we have it on camera. Like, I don't think it would be used equally.
Yeah. No, I agree. Do you think it would make you feel any more or less safe?
I
Like if you knew when you stepped outside, you were being surveillanced 24/7.
I would be like, hey, can I have some of that footage? I fell and it would be funny.
Yeah.
I would be annoyed that they got the footage and I didn't. That. Again, when I'm outside, I assume I'm being watched.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me if they're like, hey, satellites have been following you for the last 10 years.
I do
I'd
too,
be like,
actually.
you saw me pick my nose so many fucking times.
Literally. I that's so real because I assume the same always that I'm being watched.
Yeah. And so like it wouldn't faze me.
Yeah.
And if someone's like, I mean, because I'm someone that I don't have anything to hide. And here's another thing though. You could be innocent and things can be used against you to prove you're guilty because they'll only look at the guilty parts and not the innocent parts. So things can always be used against you.
Totally. So in a way, like, that's almost it is almost kind of like scary though, because like you said, things can be cut and
sliced and So I'm like, I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, if I knew it was going to be used for good, I'd be all for it.
If it was if it was a really like trusting.
Yeah, but if like the government would be using it to find immigrants,
right?
I'd be like, fuck you, kill the cameras.
Yeah, no, right. That's so true.
Yes,
and it really could backlash in a moment, like in the world we're living in today, where now it's used for bad, like you're saying. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't. If it's used for good, obviously no issues, but it can easily be used for bad. So I'm skeptical.
It makes me think about, I picture like the, you saw the Batman with like Heath Ledger and what's his face? That's what it makes me think of. The machine that they had that like literally could like pinpoint everybody and who they are and stuff. That's what I think about. Yeah, it's an interesting concept, but you do raise a good point that it very easily could go the wrong way.
Yeah, because I feel like there are people that are just living their lives and then, you know, what if they decided that being gay is illegal? Right. I couldn't do anything unless I was inside of my house with the shutters closed. Totally. Not that I even own shutters. Totally. I'd have to install some to close them. Yeah.
Right. And if they're automatic or connected to the same systems, then they can just keep my shutters open.
I've seen a lot of people say that they are in IT or they work in security systems and they were like, I don't have any smart anything in my house. And I'm like,
it's smart. Alexa and the Ring and
dude,
all that.
The Ring got hacked.
Yes.
I'll say this here because no one knows about it. The Ring has the best PR team on that's ever existed. Their systems got hacked May 28th. And so if you have a Ring system, go into your settings and look at accounts. And if any accounts were added in May, block them, delete them, and change your password.
I saw that.
Our friend came over and was like, oh my God, did you guys hear about Ring? My mom had been hacked. And then she was like, did your mom have a Ring? I said, yeah. So we texted my mom and in a video how to do it because, you know, she's a boomer. Right. And 3 systems were hacked in on May 28th.
Every single person that has a Ring alarm has had that.
That is insane. Take a screenshot, delete it, change password, all the things, but take a screenshot first so that when there's a lawsuit next year, you can add yourself to it.
That is absolutely wild.
Because my mom's is just to her front door, so who cares? But people have Rings inside their house.
I'm so curious how people actually hack those things too. That would be such an interesting.
Can hackers do something good for once?
Yeah, hire the hackers for good. I feel like they do. You know those like plot lines that they show sometimes in TV shows or movies where they will hire the convict because they like know how to do it or whatever. Honestly, pop off. Like I think that people who are mastermind hackers and computer people, like instead of being sentenced to just like being in prison and their brains are rotting away, they should do that. They should hire them to do that kind of stuff. Find the pedophiles, find the nasty people.
I'm just saying the hackers that haven't even been caught yet, who's just bored and is like, let's hack Ring for funsies. Can you hack something good? Right. Can you get rid of student loans? Yes. Mortgage loans. Things
$1 million in my bank account.
Hack something for the good of humanity. Please, for the love of God, I beg you.
Right. Just dip into Jeff Bezos' funds and send it to all of us.
Do it.
You know?
I'm not telling you. I'm just saying it would be nifty.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to Google how.
I'm not going to chat GPT it.
It won't be me. I don't understand technology, and I am in awe of people that understand it. Because it's a foreign language.
In that kind of way, yeah, absolutely. To be able to hack it, yeah. Did you hear about how AI, they were trying to cancel a certain program, and when they were going to cancel it, that the AI automatically started downloading itself on a second server and then also letting itself know that, hey, this is the codes or whatever to them trying to get rid of you?
So here's the thing. AI is scary as hell.
That's insane.
And our government, fuck them, just put on a law that you can't regulate AI for the next 10 years.
That's insane.
Just no regulate. And it is crazy the amount of people that will fall for AI influencers and just think it's a real person, and it's scary as hell.
Yeah, people don't realize that AI is actually its own entity.
Yes.
It is actually like a living thing almost.
Did we not watch iRobot or Smart House?
Two of my favorite movies.
Thank you.
Yes.
The world has been warning us of this.
And it literally, I saw something say, and I believe this, that it's not necessarily like the AI will just like turn against us because it's evil. It will literally figure out that we are the plague on this earth. So we're the ones that need to be terminated.
Because we are.
And honestly, pop off.
I have said this on multiple platforms now, and I think I've said it here. Yeah. We are the cause of 90% of the problems.
Absolutely.
I
couldn't even blame it.
Like if we all woke up tomorrow and decided to be the best versions of ourselves as humanly possible, the world would be beautiful. The only issues we'd have were just pre-existing genetic medical issues.
Right.
And that's if we weren't attacking each other, bullying each other. Literally, name a problem.
Unfortunately, I also kind of think that racism might be genetic. So,
well, I mean, yeah, there's just like there's genetic trauma. I think that stuff. But if you have that, like, you can unlearn.
Yeah.
You can
It's
unlearn.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
But if you decide to wake up and be like, I am not going to be a racist human being today.
I think they just need the empathy beaten into them. Literally, like for me, it really just took like me going to like the Holocaust Museum and seeing what the fuck they had to go through, and just at 9 years old going like, oh my fucking God, like this is fucking awful. Any human being deserves life. And then the shield is lifted, but not that I was like a racist child or anything. But then
you were raised in a household that was such.
Right. And I definitely made comments that I didn't understand what I was saying. But
I was the same. Don't worry. I think we were all there in the 90s.
Yeah. But some people, I genuinely think it would literally take them like having a really traumatic event. Maybe like some people,
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what type of learner you are. Because, I just watched a few TikToks during the Black Lives Matter for me to be like, oh, shit. Like, I've never been, like, outwardly racist towards Black people, but there are little, like, microaggressions in the back of my brain that I was just in the way I was raised, the society I was raised in, put them in there. But I was always like, no, Black people are equal and slavery was bad. Never use the N-word. And I thought that wasn't the standard. And then you have to unlearn all the little things of, like, not to say the word ghetto. Like, what does that mean?
Right.
Where does that stem from?
That was a big one for me because my two older sisters, my parents' biological daughters, they use the word ghetto all the time to describe us, to describe what we liked, whatever.
There are certain places where that word is correct, but to use it to describe a human being, because why would you describe a human being like that? What are the reasons for it? Where does that stem from?
But that was a big one that I had to learn. I think the other one that is very embarrassing to admit to, like I think sometimes to myself, like if I was to get canceled in the future, what would I probably be canceled for?
There was so much shit. Yeah, like I have.
Yeah,
you can say yours if you want.
No, yeah, one of the big ones though, and it's because my parents used to always say it, but my mom, like, you know, when I got a little older, I started making some friends that were of different races, because growing up, a lot of my friends came from church, so they were the same race. And when they were different races, I remember one of my friends who, after they had left, my mom said something about like, oh, you're starting to have more Black like friends, aren't you? And I like was just, it's a very interesting question, but I remember just kind of being like,
what a strange observation.
I remember just kind of being like, yeah, or something like that. I don't remember what I answered, but the one thing I remember her saying after that was like, I just don't understand why they have to talk like that.
Oh.
And that was something that, like, I remember having a conversation with, like, yeah, because it was something I was curious about too.
Yes.
Because obviously, you know, I'm raised a little differently. And then the majority of my friends who were of some sort of culture, they did talk a little differently or had a different accent or something. And so I was interested too, but that learning moment for me was kind of like, I don't understand why they shorten words and they just act like ghetto like that, you know, and they're using all those kind of words. So in my mind, I'm like consuming this information, and it was a huge lesson for me when I in the future, one of my ex-boyfriends, when it was him and I, or like him and me around my god family who's white, he would talk one way, act one way. And when we were around his family,
code switch.
He would talk one way, act another way. And I remember one day I called him out on it, in like a laughing way and being like you're always changing yourself up, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know why you talk like this, like that's, and then you talk like this one way, like, who are you really, whatever. And I remember him, that's when he was like, brought up the code switching, or he didn't, his aunt did. He didn't have that lingo. That pissed him off. But when I talked to his aunt about it, she was the one who talked to me about like code switching and that kind of stuff.
You do it to fit in.
And again, another veil like lifted on. I was like, I had never heard any of this information in my whole life. And then I just start thinking about I think I was maybe 19 at the time. So I think about all the people in my past that like I had said inappropriate things to because of the way they talked or their slang or whatever. And yeah, so I totally resonate with that. It is such
you can unlearn.
Yes.
And just depending on what type of learner, you may have to have it beat into you.
Yeah.
Or just decide to watch a couple TikToks and believe people when they say their experiences and what happens to them and how they live.
Yeah.
And why they live that way.
But some people, they did a study. I don't know if I told you about it, but they did a study one time, or basically, I won't get into the details, but basically it came down to them proving by monitoring their brain and looking at the brain waves or the brain scans that there are racist white people who actually view anybody who's not white as an object, not a living creature. Yes. So that
is going to be generations of actively unlearning. Like it has to take one of those people to be like, I'm wrong, but it's like deep inside them, and they just each generation keeps learning better and better for it to get out of there.
It is. Yes.
And it literally takes everyone deciding to wake up and not be a piece of shit.
Or even that one child.
Yes.
That steps out.
I'm saying like, you're the world is shit because of us. And we could change it if we wanted to, but people are greedy, they're selfish, they're lazy, they're angry, they're pissed, they're hateful.
And they're tired.
And
they're starving.
Yes.
And they're poor. Yes.
Nothing that billionaires love more than a poor person because they can dangle things in front of them to get them to continue the cycle of disgustingness.
I saw like the average in other countries, like ratio of like a billionaire versus like an average like worker like me is basically like 1 to 12, meaning like that person would have to work like 12 more years to make like how much money that person makes or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then in our country, in America, it is 300 to 1. The starting is 300 to 1. But somebody like Jeff Bezos is, I believe, 3,000 or 6,000 to 1.
Is that disgusting?
Insane?
I don't understand the greed. He did it.
I don't get it.
It's done.
I don't get it.
He made the millions.
He makes millions like by the minute.
He makes the billions. What more do you want? Amazon is still undercutting and killing off small companies to make themselves bigger. What more do you need?
It makes me sick that man has the ability to give everybody, just in this country alone, $5,000-$10,000, and he never even think twice about it.
Yeah.
And that could literally change some people's lives.
And he doesn't give a flying fuck.
It's insane.
What is the point of living? They are never going to be satisfied. It's never going to be enough. And you're going to kill all these people and work them all to death and take away anyone's right to, not the right, but their ability to create a new company or succeed. For what?
For what?
Yeah. For what? You've bought it. You literally can't buy anything else.
Yeah.
You've done it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't
it makes
get
no
it.
sense. But then, they'll have like their random little financial people that are sending funds to this donation and that donation. So, that's enough for them.
Because it's a tax write-off.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well,
that was a good intro.
That was a great intro. Let's check to see if we have a sponsor for today. Sponsor. Home Chef. Home Chef is our sponsor for today. It's summertime, y'all. But instead of relaxing and soaking up the summer sun, you're stuck in the kitchen and you're doing a meal planning rut, cycling through the same old dinners while juggling work, family, and trying to squeeze in some summer activities. Well, Home Chef can break the annoying cycle and free up your time with fresh, easy-to-follow meal kits offering healthy and exciting dishes delivered right to your doorstep, giving you more time for sunshine and less stress. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. It's easy, y'all. And Home Chef has over 30 options a week and serves a variety of dietary needs. So whatever you want, they got it. Plus, it's economical. Customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries when they use Home Chef. And for a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Rachel. That's homechef.com/Rachel for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Rachel, and you must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. Okay, today, the joke of the day / what pisses me off is going to be combined into one.
Okay.
Because I decided to look at a post that said, millennials, what's your biggest boomer complaint? So a complaint that sounds like would come from a boomer, but it's millennials saying it. All
Got
right?
it. Okay.
Emergency brakes on a car need to be a physical lever, not a button. And I fully agree.
That is so funny.
My electric car is you just push this button in a little bit further. No, I don't trust you.
No, I don't understand how you understand what I need.
No, because
No.
a brake, the foot pedal on my truck, you push it all the way in and I'm like, oh, I can feel the things pressing. I don't know how they work. This is just how my brain decided that they work. I can feel it like pressing against the tires and the brakes being like, you're staying here. I'm a lever. But a button
No.
that runs out of battery. Is
You
it
know
going to
what
slide down the hill?
The invention I hate is the automatic brake thing.
The automatic brake.
Yeah, when it like thinks you're too close, you're about to get an ox.
Oh.
Today I was driving on the freeway and the person in front of me like braked like really fast. Mind you, there was a good amount of thing, but my car just went shh, and I was like, I was fully like watching, ready to merge if I needed to. I was pissed, and then I was more offended because the person behind me decided to stay 100 feet away from me for the next 20 minutes.
You're like, it was my car.
I just wanted to be like, it wasn't me. Like,
Oh my God. Okay. Someone else says, I need a minimum of 4 USB ports in my laptop and not USB-C. I need the full, because everything comes with a USB charger or USB plug-in.
yeah.
No, then everything's just like 2 USB-C ports. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm tired of buying adapters. My toaster and dishwasher do not need Wi-Fi.
That's fucking hilarious.
I
That's
agree.
It's a very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's
But you know,
very
some
true.
billionaire might want to start their toast from their 3rd, 4th story up.
But the
so
thing is, you have to put the bread in beforehand.
maybe they did it the night before.
This could get stale sitting now. I don't believe in this shit.
Yeah.
No,
or if
thank
you like me, your little mouse might eat it.
Did you catch?
No. Sorry.
If you couldn't tell by the tone of her voice, Joy is upset. She's experiencing an emotion of
smart
negativity.
Little mother sucker.
Do you need Stevie for a night?
I'm trying to save his life so he can continue living on. But if he continues down the path that he's going down, I don't know what we're going to have to do.
He's becoming a nuisance.
I brought out those mouse traps and he said, no, I no longer will find food on this counter. I will now go somewhere else. And he found my stash of avocados that's over on top of the laundry hamper or the laundry washer and dryer.
Why don't you
that
let
big.
Suka be in the kitchen for a night?
I probably should, but I don't even know if he would be capable of catching him because he literally, I don't even know how he maneuvers. He comes out of the little crack above my dishwasher, goes on the counter, has zoomies up there and has a fun fucking time. And then somehow he gets off that counter and goes over on top of the counter where the washer and dryer is. So I don't know if he's going through the wall and getting out there sometime,
You should
or
let Suka be out there for a night. He will
should,
die.
I should try, but I don't know if I don't know if he'll be able to get him. But I should try. And then
He
if
could
he
at least
can't get
scare him.
yeah. I'm thinking, I told Dylan that we're going to give, because the mouse traps are new on the counters and we're going to put one over by the washer dryer. I said we might just have to leave them here for maybe like a week or two so that they're not brand new, because mice genetically are very smart. They're very prone to like
doing that.
Exactly, because of us trapping them. So I'm like, let's just give it a little bit of time. But if we don't catch him in the next like week to 2 weeks, we have to catch him. I can't just have a rodent eating shit in my house.
No, I
can't.
That's not
I
sanitary.
literally can't. No.
I'm not blaming you.
I know. I'm just talking myself up because I don't want to kill him, but
okay.
I might have to.
Stevie or Suka?
If you guys have any recommendations on how to catch a mouse, please tell me. He really likes avocado, so I already know what he likes.
It's the avocado.
It's the avocado. It's the avocado.
Okay, here's another one. Someone said, just give me the recipe. I don't care what your inspiration was or your life story.
Yes.
Dude, I have been baking more and more, and I cannot stand looking at recipes online.
I literally go through I'm like, why am I on somebody's like blog right now? I don't care how this inspired you to do whatever the fuck.
No, I don't care that
I just want to make this.
your berries from a succulent garden down on the riverbeds.
Bitch, I'm hungry and I'm in a bad mood. Please tell me how to roast these carrots.
I support you getting your dollar, but the amount of ads that pop up are actually criminal.
I'm like, oh great, this is going to be a video because you have a picture of the recipe on the thing and you click it and it takes you to 6 different pages and you're like, great, now I have a virus.
I cannot stand it.
It's awful. That's
and
why
I try and screenshot it. I try and like people are like, do the printed version. I've downloaded it as PDF, but it never saves.
The printed version? What is this, MapQuest? One day we should do a video where we use MapQuest and we're trying to get to.
Is it still alive?
I'm sure you could probably use it, but my mom literally used to hold it between her 2 hands on her steering wheel. Yes.
I used because it would be like, and then 6 miles you'll turn right, and so I would have to watch my mile gauge hit 6 miles, and then I would turn.
That's crazy. It was crazy because that was their way of like navigation.
Yes. Hold on. I need to know. Does MapQuest still exist?
There has to be more less access.
Yeah,
because
MapQuest.com. It works.
Yeah.
There's no way people are still using this shit.
We should do it one day.
Oh my gosh. It's terrible still.
That's crazy.
Wait, how do we get to, let's say Disneyland? Let's see if Disneyland Resorts, California. Directions. Oh my God, it's pixelated. They haven't updated.
No way.
Where are we starting? My location. Sure, you can use my location. That's not it, but whatever. Close enough.
That works.
I need to see. Okay, it would take 2 hours. View route directions. Oh, there's an app now.
Oh,
wow. Yes, this is exactly what I remember.
So funny.
I can't believe they're still alive.
I know.
That's so weird. I'm surprised the boomers haven't killed them.
I know.
Actually, the millennials apparently kill everything. So I'm surprised
they're not like the Google Maps, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Someone else said, stop asking if I want to be remembered on the same device I've been using forever. Every single time I log into my bank account, it's like, would you like to be remembered on this device? I'm like, yes.
Yes.
I have answered the exact same every single time I've gone in here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. It would be great if one time you could remember that. Yeah. Your one job.
That's great.
Yeah. That would be fantastic. Thank you. Someone else said, give me a physical menu. I'm done with the QR codes.
The QR codes. It's hit or miss for me. I get sick of the QR codes if like I can't pull it up.
Yes.
Because of the service or whatever. But I also am so here for the non-continuous printing of menus.
What I think it should be is, here's a menu for the table. There's also a QR code scan if you'd like.
Yeah. One menu would be nice.
Yeah.
One that's really well laminated. So like you don't have to keep.
And also well lit in the area.
And cleaned. How many times do you get a laminated menu and sticky?
That's disgusting.
So nasty.
Yeah, you don't have to do. It's the fancy places that change their menu every week that have the full on just paper.
Yeah,
but you can laminate a menu.
Totally.
That's totally fine.
Totally, especially when you have the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I'm like, give me at least one physical menu. Because sometimes the service sucks. I like scrolling through my phone died.
I think this needs to be. I would love the opposite though. Next time, I would love to hear what was the thing like? What was the prompt? Like millennials like are sick. Like
the millennials' biggest boomer complaints.
Yes, the opposite of that though, because like it would. I think it would be so good. Like boomers not knowing how to send a PDF file. Easy things like that. I think that would be a good one too.
They don't know how to do fucking shit. I don't even know how to send.
They don't
a PDF
know how to send an emoji at the end of a text message.
Oh, you got to send an emoji or else it seems bad. It seems evil.
Right.
Someone says, if I go somewhere, I want a stamp on my passport. I full-heartedly believe I agree with this.
Yeah, I heard that they don't do that anymore.
The amount of times. I think I've talked about this on this.
That's not cool.
Before. They just don't stamp it anymore. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of all these empty pages?
Exactly. That was something that people really look forward to when it comes to traveling.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
And then one more it says, I'm sick of everything being a subscription. Why can't I own my Microsoft software anymore?
Yes. Same thing. Like for instance, like I had Sniff Spot for the longest time and never used it, and I want to start using it now because I'm so busy. I'd love to be like, oh, let me just go do a Sniff Spot somewhere in Ventura with the boys for like 30 minutes.
Sorry, what the fuck is a Sniff Spot?
I thought you knew that. Sniff Spot is an app that a husband and wife created a few years ago during COVID because they have a reactive dog. So basically, people can rent out their backyards for you to let your dogs come have like a sniff, like almost going to a dog park, but it's someone's backyard. And a lot of people have actually turned their backyards into like agility courses, or like you can use their pool if your dog loves to swim.
Oh, that's really cool.
And so like you could do that, and you would just have to pay for the sniff spot itself, and it wouldn't be a lot. It'd be between like $15 and $30 depending on the place for like an hour for whatever dogs you have, which is awesome. But now you have to pay a monthly subscription for it.
That's fucking dumb.
And I just like, I mean, I get it, get your bag, but at the same time, like I went to use it recently and I'm like, I have to do a subscription now.
That's so everything is a subscription because they realize they can make the most money off of it.
I know.
Because people don't want to, people forget, they don't forget.
But
they
I can't pay for like HBO and Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus and SnipSpot.
Dude.
And, like and my Apple storage and my, like I can't do it.
I know. I deleted my Instacart account. I deleted my Dash Pass. I deleted a bunch of subscriptions I was paying for because I was like, this is fucking dumb. And I refuse to keep paying for things. And I've stopped using a lot of it.
I love a one and done.
I love a one and done.
Give me the yearly price, but like don't make it crazy either.
That's why I bought the Ultra Human ring I have. I hate it. I do not recommend it. But over the Aura ring, because the Aura ring has a monthly subscription and this doesn't. And so I was like, okay, great. I'll get the thing that I just buy once because I love owning something.
The monthly subscription shit is fucking, I think it's honestly one of the biggest fucking scams of our generation.
It's gonna blow up because people are just gonna stop.
I'm so fucking sick of it.
Like, there's so many things I often daydream about being a billionaire just so I can fix the world, and I would then no longer be a billionaire. I would actually end up being back where I am because I was like, I would fix all this motherfucking shit.
Literally.
Because I would create a monopoly where I'd run out all the big guys and then I would do nothing with it.
Yeah.
And I would just let everyone else just slowly
and call everything Rachel something. So it'd be like Rachel Flicks.
Yes.
Rachel Lou. Rachel
like,
BO. Oh no, wait. HBO. Rachel Spot instead of Snip Spot.
All, and then I'd be like, done. It's all how it should be now.
And if you do end up doing that, just like, I know you need to still make your bag. Just do a yearly thing. And make it affordable.
Yes.
Remember when Netflix was $7 a month?
Yes. Remember when Hulu was $5.99? I just told Abby because her and our friend signed up for a Pilates class and she was telling me how expensive it is because Pilates is crazy expensive. So Abby just went twice. She signed up for 2 things. She wanted to try it out. And she told me like the ultimate pass, which is unlimited times you can go in 1 month, was $250. Mm-hmm. My jaw dropped. And again, I just haven't told you this. I bought my gym equipment years ago because I hated that the prices for gyms were going up. And I was like, if I just buy this equipment, it'll pay for itself within a few years. And it has. So I refuse to pay to work out now.
Yeah.
I can go on a hike. I can work out in my thing. I can go on a run, whatever. But I understand that people they don't have the space or the lump sum. So people do have to pay for the gym. I remember in college, 24-hour fitness was $24 a month. Mm-hmm. Now it's like $120 a month or something like that.
Insane.
But the thing is, they aren't giving you anything different.
No.
It is the same space with the same equipment. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's gone up is they have to pay their employees maybe $2 more an hour.
So they're literally just taking more money.
Yeah, and Abby was like, well, inflation. I was like, but they're inflating it. They didn't need to do it.
Right.
They didn't need to.
Right. How many stair climbers or steppers or whatever the fuck are you actually replacing?
You're not.
Right.
And I was like, that is just greed.
And like, those things have their own warranty too.
Yes. And landlords raising the rent, but not updating anything. Mm-hmm. Fuck them.
Fuck you. Especially, when your house is falling apart, fuck you.
Fuck you.
How are you going to raise the rent when you haven't come in here and changed this carpet or fixed the leak in the roof over the last 15 years? Mm-mm. Yeah.
Nope.
I agree. I think that's bullshit.
Again,
too.
if we all just woke up and decided to not be pieces of shit, the world would be easier.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw this morning, this one account that I love, this mom who's always preaching this shit. She was saying that what should happen is instead of protesting in the streets and in our neighborhoods, we need to be protesting at the homes of these Congress people. Mm-hmm. And basically these Congress people, it needs to be like Kim Kardashian trying to walk through like Trader Joe's, basically. Like no peace, no rest everywhere you go until you start giving us that peace back. And I'm like, oh yeah,
that makes sense.
That would be.
I've seen a lot of people say make sure that you fly an American flag when you're protesting so that when they attack, it's showing that American government is attacking its American citizens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point too. That would be a very powerful picture.
Yes. Okay. So that's what pissed me off / joke of the day. There is something I learned this week that also pissed me off. Flowers by Miley Cyrus is older than the first use of an autonomy correct female crash dummy.
What?
So, you know crash dummies in cars?
Yes.
In 2023 was the first time they ever put a correctly built to represent an actual female body as a crash dummy in a car.
To see how it would respond.
Yes. So all of the crash dummies have always just been men's bodies or just a slightly smaller version to represent a woman. It didn't account for boobs. It didn't account for anything.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, yeah, seatbelts aren't great the way they're designed for boobs. Shocking.
You mean the way it slices into my throat because it cuts in between two different boobs?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're finally raising like, oh, wow, that makes sense. Like crash dummies, men are more likely to survive than women because they're tested on men's bodies, not women.
That's wild.
So Flowers by Miley Cyrus has been along longer than testing an atomically correct female crash dummy.
It's so wild.
Makes me livid.
But it's also not surprising because, again, it was only... It wasn't.
I don't know where we're going with this. So I was
gonna say it wasn't that long ago though that women couldn't even sign like a mortgage without being married to a man.
Yeah, but they were in a car.
Yeah,
they've always been in a car.
Yeah,
whether they were driving or not.
Yeah,
they were in the
we
car.
also started off with seatbelts being optional.
Yes,
which is crazy.
That is crazy. It's crazy. A lot of things were crazy.
But I feel like our learning is very much built off of learning the hard way. Like bad things happen, and then we go, okay, cool, we should probably fix that.
And then we forget, because we fix it, we forget. And then we're like, wait, why do we need to do this? No one dies in cars anymore, so we don't need to wear a seatbelt. No one dies in cars.
Right, exactly.
Well, duh, because we're using seatbelts.
Right.
That's the same thing with the vaccines. We're like, well, polio wasn't around anymore, so we don't need it. No one gets polio anymore.
Right.
You fucks, because we had vaccines. Now you've taken away the vaccines. Everyone's getting polio and measles. Fucking dumb.
Fucking dumb. That's why history repeats itself.
Because people are fucking dumb. Again, wake up. Decide to be a good person.
Decide to be a good person.
Not selfish. Good. Okay. Whew. I'm exhausted. I decided to deep dive a woman in the animal world. Specifically the dog world. Just because Joy is all about the dogs. And we are going to take a look at Carolyn Earl White. She founded the Women's Humane Society and the first animal shelter in the U.S. in 1869.
1869.
So this woman came in and said, you know what? We
need to fix this.
We gotta help the animals. Blaze, you were born in a shelter.
She probably was my long lost something on something.
Sure. If you need her to be.
I'm just kidding.
Hi, yes, you were born in a shelter. Snoop was in a shelter. I have no idea where he was born. They don't have a lot of information at shelters.
No.
Okay, here it says.
Oh, bless
Caroline Earl White founded the first U.S. Blaze.
Bless you.
Sorry, were you triggered because I reminded you of your birth?
Okay, lay down. Go see.
Thank you. Caroline Earl White founded the first U.S. animal shelter in Philadelphia. Did you know it was in Philadelphia?
No. But she sounds like a white lady that saves pit bulls.
She was a very old white lady.
Yeah.
And the women's branch of Pennsylvania Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in 1869.
Yeah.
So she was against the cruelty of them as well. With the help of other female activists, of course.
Always women.
It's always the women. They took in stray dogs and cats and found them loving homes. The shelter still exists today and is known as the Women's Animal Society.
Oh, I love it.
But that's not all that Caroline did for animals. She was also known for helping carriage horses.
Ooh.
She wanted to make sure horses had water. So through fundraising, had 35 drinking fountains built around the city, many of which are still in use today.
Wow. I love that.
So this woman got things done. She saw what needed to be done and did it. Oh my God.
Did you say in New York?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia is where it was founded. So if you want to hit up the first ever humane society.
That's actually pretty cool. I wonder what it looks like. Does it say what the name of it is?
Women's. She said, it says Women's Animal Society.
Women's Animal Society.
Philadelphia. So we'll see what that says.
Philadelphia. I want to see what it looks like.
I'm sure it looks just like a normal shelter. I don't think they've updated it probably in years.
It looks
Oh, it looks nice.
No, it looks pretty good. I was gonna say if it's
good.
Kind of a history landmark, it might be.
Oh, you'd be chilling as a dog there.
Yeah, right. Wow.
That
looks
like
pretty
a school.
good. It does look like a school.
It does. I'll put it on screen if you're watching.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's it. But that's
I love
Carolyn Earl White. She was on it.
That's awesome. I wonder if they probably have like a little plaque of her or something in the front.
Yeah, you know what's sad is she probably had to fight so many men to get that started.
Oh, I'm sure.
What's
they just need a heavy hand.
Yeah, just be the alpha.
Right, there you go.
Oh,
Stick
man.
your face in their face.
Yeah, but now we have shelters all over, and I'm so thankful for it. That's how I got both my boys. Here's your big boy.
He's a good boy.
Hey, big boy. Actually, Blaze was born in a shelter, and then a rescued him. So I'm thankful for both.
So you didn't pick him up from a shelter? You picked him up from a foster?
A foster home.
Oh, wow. Did he have other siblings with him, or was it just him?
He had so many. I think there were 8 in his litter.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the first one to go.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, at 8 weeks exactly.
Oh, that's so young.
I wish he actually, like, looking back, because they said they had Giardia, but it's all fixed. Mm-hmm. So he's safe to go home now. And I said, okay, because I've been talking to them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I went to pick him up, and then they called me as 2 hours later when I got home. Hey, we just got vet results back. They actually still have Giardia, so he can't actually, you need to go to see his vet, a new vet.
How do they tell you it's clear and then it's not clear?
I know. And they're like, and then he can't go outside and interact with other dogs for 10 weeks.
But he's also going to have explosive diarrhea.
Yeah. And so I was like, God damn it. I should have, or I wish I could have just had him stay with his siblings.
Yeah.
So he could still have the interaction and get treated. I'd be like, I'll pay for the treatment. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But then he couldn't be around any animals. He couldn't go outside.
Oh, that's hard.
For like 2 months. So I was like, I wish he had stayed with his siblings.
Giardia is a bitch. Did they also tell you that Giardia is one of the things that's transferable to people?
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
So I
know you should see the looks on people's faces when I'm like, you're making sure they're not like licking you or the kids, you know, and they're like, why? You know, and I'm like,
and I'm like, and I had a fucking puppy, and I was like, I can't do it on his sole interaction.
Oh, boy's a fool.
Boy's a fool.
It's not fair.
Yeah, but
Giardia
whatever.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does. He's never had it again, thankfully.
But that's good. Yeah, because now he's a vaccinated boy.
I'm so vaccinated.
I'm so safe. Strong.
He's got the allergies.
Other than allergies, just go back to sleep.
He doesn't have any. All right, but that's all I had to talk about today.
Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't have anything else? I thought you said you had something else.
There's another person we can talk about.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I have things written down. I'm prepared. I'm a prepared little
How long have we been talking
today.
to the people now?
We've been talking to them for about 40 minutes.
Oh, nice.
But did you know Teresa Strader, she was the founder of the National Mill Dog Rescue, raising awareness about puppy mills.
Oh, good for her.
Another woman.
Good for her.
Another woman.
Good for
because
her.
that's all we talk about on this channel.
Puppy, did you ever go to a puppy mill when you were younger?
Yes.
They were, like, looking back at it now, because my godparents growing up were very big about, like, adopting dogs from shelters and stuff, and we did it quite a few times, but I vividly remember when we were, like, on this hunt for, like, the next family dog, and we went to quite a few different places, but thinking back to it now, quite a few of those places were puppy mills for sure.
Oh, yes. I have a specific memory of going to one and being like, this isn't right.
Yes.
I was, I think, around 8-ish, and I remember saying, this isn't right. I don't like this. I feel bad for the animals.
I remember one posing as a rescue, and that's why we went. And it was like a big ranch property, and they just had different breeds and litters just throughout the property in like these chicken wire closed off fences. And I remember looking at the Yorkie puppies, and when you would see them, it kind of like looked like their coats were shimmering, and when you look closer, there was just fleas all over them. And then I was young, I was like 9 or 10, and as we were walking to the next area, I think I have this memory of her saying like we're walking to the Schnauzers or something, or wiener dogs or something, but I remember I just stepped right into this like little hole in the ground, and there was just barbed wire in there, and barbed wire was all around. They had to like pull it out of my leg, like all around. I had to go we had to leave immediately, went and got a tetanus shot. It was a whole thing. And that was the first time I heard puppy mill, because I remember when we were there, I heard my god sister say to her parents saying like I'm pretty sure that was a puppy mill, like and that memory just like seared in my mind. I was like, what's a puppy mill? Like, yeah.
Like, I get when people want
everywhere.
a specific breed, because sometimes there's breeds that really fit your lifestyle that you really like. I totally understand that. If they're not in the shelter or whatever, and sometimes like it's a hit or miss, like if you don't know what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. But don't buy from a puppy mill.
No.
That is very different than a reputable breeder that really loves their dog.
Or like Puppy Land, like one of those stores.
Yes.
I remember one time I went into one of those stores in Texas because they were very popular, just to look at the animals in there. And there were quite a few dogs that were clearly sick, but there was this blue Mastiff. And she was so sick, you could tell. And I remember asking the worker, I said, what's wrong with her? And they're like, oh, she has kennel cough. And I was like, and I remember asking, like, is she being treated? And they were like, usually when the puppies are sick, like we wait for somebody that's interested in buying them. And then like they have to do the treatments or whatever.
Pet stores, they're not good places.
Who's going to take home? I mean, I guess people feel sorry for them and pay the money.
Yeah, but that's why it just keeps happening.
They were trying to sell her for $3,000.
That's
and this was back in like 2013, 14.
Yeah. So like I get if you want a certain breed and you want to buy them from someone, but make sure you're doing it from not a puppy mill.
Yeah.
Or
not an ethical breeder, but it's really hard. That can be a very tricky situation. But AKC has, if you go on their website, they have a list of reputable breeders. But
AKC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm repeating it for them.
Yes. But still, even then, I mean, but it is funny because when I talk to people about it, one of the main comments people will say about rescue is they'll go, well, we decided to go with a breeder because you just don't know what you're getting with a rescue, which I could understand. But at the same time, you also don't know what you're getting with a breeder either.
Correct.
I can't tell you how many times I've had people, like recently had somebody who got an Australian Shepherd from a breeder, and she's big in the sports world and everything. She wanted to breed this dog, so she wanted to make sure she was getting a sound dog. And when this dog turned about a year and a half, she started showing a lot of aggression, stranger danger, things like that. And then when she called the breeder back to figure, and she let the breeder know, this is my wants, this is what I want, right? When she called the breeder back, the breeder let her know that like, oh, she probably just has what the mom has. And it was, I can't remember what the word was, but it was it was a word that was made up. She said that she has something territorial behavior, something. I Googled it. I looked into it. Couldn't find it anywhere. I definitely think this breeder just made this up. And now, and like, obviously she loves the dog. She's committed to the dog. But this most likely would be how the dog is for the rest of her life. And she went to a breeder.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. Like, I know that, like, you're like, I've looked in all the shelters. They don't have the dog I want. Just don't go to a puppy mill.
I think one of the biggest messages that we could put out there today about dogs, though, is like, just like with kids, like when you get pregnant, you don't get to, I mean, obviously there are things out there now where you can choose if you want the gender and stuff.
China apparently just created something that can help, I don't know, like, I don't know if cure is the right word, but cure Down syndrome in the womb.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but it's like, people are like very
But for the most part, like personality wise, especially, you don't get to choose who your child is. You don't get to, right? Exactly. Your child is who they are right in front of you. And that's who you need to love and shape and mold and whatever. And it's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing about dogs, whether you get them as a puppy or older or whatever. When you bring this living creature into your home, you're signing on for whoever they are going to become.
Yeah.
And that's your responsibility. Right. Yeah. But I think that's what's hard when it comes to pets is that a lot of people, like with kids, in our mind, we can have this idea of like, well, my kid's going to be a scholar or great at sports or great at this or blah, blah, blah. But then when they don't do that, parents are more likely to adapt or adjust, right? But when it comes to their animal, they have all these pre-existing like expectations that they have for their animal. And then when they don't meet that standard, oh, now it's like,
except if you have a kid in the house and you bring home a reactive dog, it's time to not have that reactive dog. For when there's kids involved, kid first.
Well, I mean, that's a completely different situation for sure. But still, even with that though, like you made the commitment that you made. Obviously, if there's something very scary and bigger going on, that's a different conversation. But at the end of the day, you made the commitment that you made, and seeing how many people are so quick and so willing to give up on the animal that they've had for 3 years, 5 years, or 6 months for something that is, in my mind, just what the fuck,
like it barks,
right? Exactly, 100%, something like that. When I'm like, okay, well, don't you speak?
Yeah,
like
how dare that dog express its feelings in its own household?
Absolutely, exactly.
And also, I feel just a lot of people aren't willing to do any training.
No,
that's just that.
But I think a lot of that comes down to like the recent situation I have with the dog that I'm helping who has the CCL tear. Like even they came to me recently in one of our last sessions and said, like, Joy, like, I can't believe we didn't listen to you. You literally came to us and said, like, these are all the reasons why we should be considering training. And we didn't listen to you. And here we are literally in one of the situations you spoke about. And That's why I'm so big about it, though. Like advocating for it, though, is like when you bring an animal into your home, you should know the foundation of what you need to know. That's just going to help you. It's going to help set that animal up for success, your whole household up for success. Like, and I sympathize with the owners that are having to deal with this. Like, I have this conversation a lot with my friends who are in this world where I'm like, I'm not necessarily angry at the owners who are struggling with the pets that are in their home. I'm angry with the breeder who chose to give a Malinois to a 70-year-old person and didn't tell them what was going to go with that. I'm angry at the person who gave a fucking whatever the fuck giant Kangal aggressive fucking guarding breed to a home that has 6 children and they have no time to train it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's who I'm angry at. I'm angry at the rescue that's going to adopt out a dog to an 80-year-old couple that is going to have a dog that's going to live for 40 years. Like, you know what I mean?
There's
like
dogs that live for 40 years?
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just needs to be better.
Well, we triggered Joy. So I apologize.
Needs to be better. It's been a rough few months, okay?
My camera's about to run out of battery, and we are out of time. So there's that.
That's gonna end there.
You
maybe
went
just
on a
cut
rant.
it.
You went on a rant.
Just
what do you
cut
want
it.
me to do?
Just cut it. I love everybody. I love your pets. Have a great day.
Wake up and choose to not be an asshole. All right.
DM me if you need help. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya.